The Dyson Sphere's construction continues, and the complexity of Gacryx Prime's support apparatus continues to accelerate its growth, and my god, isn't this view just amazing. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, as I mentioned at the end of the last one, we are just going to continue to improve this planet as much as we can. There's been a bit of a dip in the production of solar sails here because they're all basically, as soon as they arrive in orbit, they're getting sucked in to the production of these panels, which is normal. But it just means that, you know, we don't have currently a Dyson swarm. The solar sails are continuously firing. The guns are going up. It looks like one panel is almost completely done, by the way, which is great. But we have several other panels that I'm already seeing right now really starting to fill in. The rockets are launching at just a prolific rate, so the ability that I've had over the last couple of episodes to rapidly add new panels to the queue to be constructed has been great. You know, it's finally kind of coming together. And we're, of course, working on a research project right now that is going to help all of our research be faster in the future. And then after that point, we're going to blow through the remaining upgrades to the Dyson Sphere's construction options so that we can build the entire sphere. Right now, we actually, if we want to keep the panels the same size, we can't continue to build it in the same way. It would have to, you know, we couldn't build another panel of this size directly above it, which would be weird for me. We're just going to do basic squares for this Dyson Sphere. And in the future on the channel, I might do different designs and such and be a little bit more complex with it. But for now, I just want to have this design as I've set it up here. And let's see if any more of these have filled in while I've been talking, because it's been going pretty fast. Plus, with more of the frame being completed, the rockets have fewer places to go, and so, you know, those that are close to being full squares are actually, you know, it's possible, you know, that those will fill in even faster than earlier in the series. Okay, so none at the moment, but let's continue to look around and see what we can do to help this process get even faster. We've been mostly on Gacryx Prime for the past little while. Oh my god, look at this. So we're completely fine on solar sails. Just to remind you how this works, we've got two buffers. This is a buffer for the guns. It's completely full. That's how quickly we're firing them off. We're keeping the buffer completely full. And because it's completely full, it's having an easier time flowing, or it's having an easier time, you know, letting this one fill up, which is the buffer for the production line of these Dyson Sphere components. Now, it does seem like we are maybe... Hang on, what's going on here? We're still needing more frame materials. Dyson Sphere component and frame material. That's just one aspect of this that, like, those two components are so closely named that I... Oh, hello. What happened there? That's thoroughly annoying, and I don't know how that happened. Tell you what, let's just remove your sorters and build a couple of new ones. Maybe I was just being lazy. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Oh wait, I see what I did. Yeah. Oh, deleted the belt instead of the sorter. That doesn't happen very much. There we go. Alright, well, we're completely full here. So, I mean, I suppose one thing I could do here is further build this out a little bit. And then maybe, could I copy-paste you, or one of these over here, and have it be better overlap? No, I can't. Can I copy-paste one of these? How about this one? Haha! Perfect. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Glorious. All right. Oh, just kidding. we have one tiny little hole. Let's go ahead and fill this. I'm just going to put another one of these down. This should be just fine. Let's go for... yeah, there we go. Great. Right, and now with that in place, I can actually get a few of these back. And I would like to do that. It's good to have the extra. I haven't actually checked that in a while because I've done like a lot of overlapping. I use these for the most part, but you can still use the small towers, as you've seen me do, to reasonably good effect. All right, now one thing I want to look at. People have been telling me about this button, and I don't quite know where it is on the screen, but I want to figure it out. When you're looking here, that's the star map. This is the Dyson Sphere. This is Vane's distribution. Is it on that screen, or is it maybe on the productivity screen? On the statistics panel? I didn't actually, forgive me for this, I didn't actually go back and read your comment specifically telling me where this button supposedly is. But people have been saying, and I've gotten this comment a couple of times, to be fair. I've gotten this comment a few times. People have been saying that in the planet view, there's a way to just, like, see exactly where the resources... Ah. I found it. So these are the resources that are currently being mined here. And these are the ones that are not planned yet. That's very interesting. So it's not a button, it's just this option. I never knew that that was a... I mean, clearly it's a drop-down when you look at it, but I just thought it was pointing at this. I never realized you could click on that. That's so cool. Thank you for telling me about that, because that's a very subtle UI thing that I would never have known about. But one thing that I'm still missing is... Or maybe I'm misremembering the comments. I feel like someone said that there's a way... And don't worry, I'll go back and read the comments again. I'll figure it out. But, like... I feel like there's a way, or I feel like I was told that there's a way to, like, actually find where various resources are being produced on a planet. And that doesn't appear to be the case here. Like, using just a button that kind of guides you there when you're trying to find a particular thing. But that can certainly help me verify what's being mined on a planet. And that's pretty cool. I like that. So that's just a good lesson learned for me and for everybody, you know, to pay close attention to what is available to you in the interface of games. These detailed games that I tend to play on my channel a lot, things can sneak by you, even when you've been playing for a while, even when you have hundreds and hundreds of hours in a game. All right, so let's continue to look at where we can improve these. We could produce... Yeah, we need more frame components, but we also, it seems like we need more of these, which is interesting. Interesting indeed. So, how are we doing on the production of these? It looks like these resources are making it all the way around, so maybe I just need to build more quantum chip producers. It seems likely that that's the case. So let's increase our production of those a little bit. There we go. And they're already fully powered. Very nice. We might eventually bring it across the line. But if we did, I would have to change where I have this set up. So, alright, it does seem like... Yeah, there are definitely a lot of these that are not getting plane filters. So we do need to get more plane filter production going, which is hilarious because we have ridiculous amounts of plane filters being built. And I mean, we just worked on this a moment ago. And apparently it still needs to be expanded, which is fine. It's Dyson Sphere Program. This is part of the game. You've got to figure out the exact ratios of things. And if you're not going to do the math precisely, then you just have to kind of finagle it. Which I rather enjoy doing, obviously. All right, let's... There we go. I'm going to build as many as I can, and then we'll do a different setup for the next ones. 3. Yep. 3. Okay, and then I will need to go find the one Is it this one? It is that one. Hey, we've got the pattern figured out. And there's that. And now I just need to make sure that this is fully powered. Let's bring you over here. Okay, so that should hopefully help increase plane filter production because it's obvious that we have more than enough Casimir crystals being produced. It's obvious that we have, what is this, titanium glass? We have plenty of titanium glass coming in. I need to make sure that that continues to be the case. It seems like we might be chewing through it pretty fast, but we've got a lot coming in. So one thing we might do is we might kind of go back to Alpha Andromedae and see if there's anything we can do there to increase productivity. Now, of course, we could proliferate here too. That would involve setting up an entirely new apparatus, but it might be time to think about that in a concerted fashion. And that also kind of raises the question, do we need to make paint here or could we import it? Because we set up a fairly insane production, facility. I think we'd probably need to do both. That would be my guess. All right, so which two belts just emptied out? Hydrogen. That's interesting. We still have like a bunch coming in. We're just guzzling hydrogen on this planet. It's absurd. But it's to be expected in order to produce the sheer number of solar sails that we're producing. Now, the interesting thing is we will stop guzzling hydrogen once this storage fills all the way up. Because well, actually, wait a minute. Where's the hydrogen going? I thought it was going here. But that is not hydrogen. That's graphene. So, oh yeah, hydrogen is going here. So it's the Casimir crystals that are really guzzling the hydrogen. Interestingly enough. And I guess those... Never mind, I take it back then. I was looking at the wrong production line because the graphene looks so similar to the hydrogen. I take it back. So yeah, if we were to proliferate things, we would need coal, first and foremost. And we have some coal, but not a lot here. Let's see if maybe on a neighboring planet proliferating would be easy. Also, let's take a quick look at the Dyson Sphere because I bet you... Yep. I was going to say, I'll bet you any money we can go ahead and add some more panels, and we absolutely can. Again, this is just a game that I play. I don't have to wait for the panels to be complete. I could order them all right now. I'm well aware of this. But it's fun. Okay, so it looks like these are very... Oh, that one's done. Yeah, these are very close to filling in. This is, what happens. Now that the frame that I've ordered is mostly done, the parts that aren't finished are going to fill in much faster because all of the effort is going into finishing those, which is great. And we really are launching an absurd amount of rockets. So that's nice. Okay, well, let's take a look. We did just manage to increase our production of these. I don't know how much we increased it in total, but those are required for the production of rockets. So hopefully having more of those coming down the line is good. Let's take a look at power. It looks like we are approaching the limits of what we can do with power here, so it's probably a good idea. How many more of these do I have? 4 more? All right. I think it would be wise to continue powering everything as much as possible, so we'll do that. And now it looks like these are far enough apart that I can actually have I can have them going this way, possibly on more than one of these latitudes. So we're going to be completely fine on power. That's increased our surplus to, we're about 200 megawatts of buffer, which is fine. We're producing plenty of extra photons now, so much so that the belt is completely and utterly full, which is hilarious to me. All right, what's on this belt? Ah, yes, frame materials being imported. Just various shipments arriving from different places. So, yeah, now I guess I need to go visit the frame materials again, which is on the opposite pole, and see what I can do here to improve those, because those really seem to be bottlenecking me at this point, and they have been for a while. All right, so also, this is interesting, isn't it? Like, we are burning through energetic graphite so fast that we can't keep these power plants running, which kind of makes me realize it's probably worthwhile to go ahead and delete a few of these. I think, yeah. That way I can have a few more on hand. Because, I mean, if we're not bringing in the energetic graphite to keep those powered, there's no sense in burning it off there. Okay, so now this is set up as local and remote supply, and you can see them being flown very quickly. So they're all being produced here. The question is there enough of the required goods to continuously produce them? And it seems like, given that we have a bit of a stack here at the end, it seems like the answer is yes. So let's extend this line even further. Or farther. Farther is technically more appropriate. There's an old movie. It's not, I guess it's not that old. It's maybe about 15, 20 years old, which is pretty old. There's a movie called Finding Forrester, where Sean Connery, a character Sean Connery plays, obviously, helps a young man develop his writing talent. It's a good movie, and one of the things that I've always remembered from that movie is that there's a key line of dialogue that helps. It's just a good memory device for the distinction between further and farther. Just one of those things where once you hear it, it kind of sticks with you, even though it's like kind of an odd reference from a source you wouldn't expect. All right, so let's delete those extra bits there. Now, it does seem like we're still struggling a little bit to get all of the, and we had this issue before. Let's see how this is going. All right, so these are being fueled by spiniform stalagmite, and it's not making it all the way down here. I mean, it kind of is, but I think the issue is mainly that it's not arriving in like high enough quantities and fast enough. So we need to get it importing from other planets, essentially. Even beyond what we're already doing. We need to set up another import center because this is our bottleneck. It's not the production of these. I mean, this would definitely help. And yes, proliferating is something I'm going to look into in a future episode. But right now, it's so obvious that, I mean, look at this. Look at all these that aren't producing because we don't have spiniform stalagmite. And because we don't have spiniform stalagmite, we can't build more carbon nanotubes in all of these. If I can get this continuously flowing, then we won't have that problem. So I've got to make a couple of trips here. Let me, first of all, I'm going to put some things away just to make sure I have room in my inventory. We're going to put those away. And I'll probably take a lot of this back out, as you've seen me do many times. But for now, I just want to clear up a bit of space. Also, let's go ahead and put those there. Oh, I'm out of warpers, quote unquote. Let's go ahead and put some more in there. Problem solved. And we'll put those up there. And that's mostly everything, I think, maybe. Maybe. Oh, wait. Wait. There we go. There's that. I really wish there was a one-click button to just... I've been playing the new V Rising update, and I really wish there was a button to compulsively count. You know, to where you could just send stuff back and forth between storage and this. I hope that they add something like that, because that's all we need is compulsively count. If you don't know what compulsively count is from V Rising, it's just a button that if you have one inventory container open, and you also have like a particular like facility open, so you have your inventory open and you have something that can receive things from your inventory. In this case, we have our inventory and our logistics inventory. Then there's a button you can click to just send stuff back and forth between those two open boxes where the two things contain the same, where the two boxes contain the same things. It's called compulsively count, and it allows you to very quickly handle that operation, and it's beautiful. Let's head back to Alpha Andromeda. And while we're on the way, I'm going to check for additional finished panels because I will bet you any money. Oh, yep, here we go. I told you. 1, 2. So this is seriously almost done, this part here. And then we just need to wait on research so that we can continue to improve this. So the Dyson Sphere, by the way, is up to 13.4 gigawatts. That's the power of those frames. Even though I don't have solar cells anymore, they've now effectively replaced the, well, not the solar cells. I have plenty of solar cells. They're constantly firing. But I don't have a Dyson Swarm anymore. They've completely replaced the energy efficacy of that component of the GACRIC system. It's glorious. I love this game so much. So much. Like, it's obscene how much I love this game. All right, so we are arriving around Alpha Andromeda 2. Looking good. Such a monster of a planet from a resource production standpoint. Okay, so these are completely frozen. I won't complain, but is there anything I could do with that? It does seem like there's not a lot happening with those. And yeah, part of me wants to see if maybe we can just export some of this. Like, let's go ahead and take a look at proliferation possibilities here. Yeah, we're consuming everything that we're producing. Which leads me to believe that, yeah, that's really interesting. Leads me to believe that there is a potential surplus. The belts are full, so we're not actually seeing the surplus, but we could potentially send some to GACRICs. But there's a part of me that wants to just do it all there. Just get it taken care of remotely. Okay. So I do want to double check all of my various logistics bots, all of these distributors, and make sure that none of them are locked up. Because that's happened a couple of times, and I just fixed one. Everything looks mostly in good shape. Alright, so I've gotten most of what I need here. We're good. I can go ahead and put a lot of this here. Anything else? I mean, not really. We're pretty much good to go, I think. A few more of these. Yep. Yeah, that's everything. I have some... I've got these arc smelters here. And I could potentially use... I have some plane filters on me, not a ton. How many do I have? And why can't I see them? It's telling me that I have some in my inventory, but I'm not seeing them. What the heck? I must have just... Oh, it might be because I can produce them. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I've got the components to make them. So I could actually make 12 plane filters pretty quickly. Yeah, or make 11, because I have 11 Casimir crystals. That's why. I was wondering why I couldn't see them. All right, well, now that we have the materials that we need, while I'm here, let's take a look at the production of components and see if there's anything more that can be done. All right, so it does seem like we're not quite producing titanium alloy fast enough still. This was an issue that we ran into previously. Even though it seems like there's some here. Okay, no, that's just barely enough. These are... Yeah, and it's just because I only have these 4... Or, yeah, just these 4 producing. That's a big part of the reason why. So I would need to get some more of those going. Totally doable. Let's go ahead and reimagine some of the power situation a little bit so that there's new possibilities. Okay, so if I place you here. Alright, there's that. I don't even think I want to use sorter previews in this case. I think I just want to rebuild them because I'm going to have to reimagine where some of these resources come from. Yeah, I could do 3 more. And I doubt that this will be enough. But let me try it. Oh boy, I just realized the problem. Hang on. Yeah, that's a problem. Alright, so you're going to need to pull from there. Is there anywhere else that there's room? Can you potentially? Yes, you can. That's amazing. Okay. So what I can do now... Yeah, I just have to rearrange some sorters here, and it'll be fine. I don't actually have to change everything. Just need to move these back a little bit, and that solves the problem. And there we go. And now we need one more resource coming into these, which is the actual steel. So let's get the belts. And the question is, what would be the best way to get the steel over there? We have steel. It looks like it's coming out. Yeah, it was being fed here. So I could just... Yeah, what I could do here is just bring this belt around farther. I might even be able to get it through here. That's... I don't know about that. Alright, so what we're going to have to do... Let's go ahead and lift this. I might go ahead and bring it up 2 levels. Like so. We'll delete the end line there. And then bring it over like this. Now, yeah, this is going to be best. Let's just bring it around here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. And it is going to briefly intersect with this line here, but I can just have it... Well, does it have to? Could it just come straight through? I might be able to get this through here. No, I can't. It's not going to let me. I should be able to. Like, the space is there. You can see that it would fit, but the geometry, like, the collision detection on that building is not going to cooperate with me, sadly. That day. Alright, let's go ahead and get you up a little higher. And... Yeah, so I guess we'll bring you back down now. Perfect. And then bring you back down to this level here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you ask for better? I submit that you cannot. That worked the heck out. Let's go ahead and get these plugged in, and now we have 3 more producers of that very important resource here. And now the question is, how do we get the outputs? Because it's going to be a little bit dicey, just slightly problematic. Hang on, maybe if I do... I think I see a solution. Hang on. Was that thing even needed? I don't think it was even needed. There's nothing that's thirsty now. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. I'm just going to build this thing way out this way. For a second. This is going to work, I think. Maybe. I hope. Okay. I may... Please, for the love of God, if this works... No! Why, Dyson Sphere Program? Why do you do this to me? It's so mean. Alright, hang on. There is still a solution. It's just... That was going to be so cool if that worked. It was going to be so cool. And then it's not to be. So let's go ahead and delete these. What we're going to have to do is place the belt. Oh, that would have been amazing, and you know it. Why would you stop me from doing that? All right, let's bring you out here. We'll eventually bring you back around in just a moment, but very importantly, we need to make sure these are reconnected. There we go. And honestly, like, it's so funny that I still have this operating. This is from very early in the series, and I just haven't really touched it. But, all right, let's go ahead and get the outputs set up. There we go. This is just a little bit of extra work to increase the productivity. Is that where it's going? Oh my god, it is. All right. I didn't mean to perfectly place this, but I did. Hang on, I'm going to need to change the straightness of the line. There we go. And it's just going to flow straight in. So those are all going to get carried off. And to be honest, I doubt that that's going to make an extraordinary difference here, but I'm going to take it anyway. Like, it's a win. Just to increase the productivity of these on this planet. So let's see where these are coming from specifically. I want to remind myself. All right, so we very clearly have... Okay, so now it's actually quite full, interestingly enough. I wasn't expecting to see that. It's completely full. And they're just constantly producing. So maybe it was just barely short, and now that's all they needed, and we're in good shape. But where are these coming from? Yeah. Yeah, they're actually, like, they're here, and they're fully backing up now. That's fantastic. All right, well, that'll help with the importing of the frame components. Or the frame materials. Sorry, Dyson Sphere component, frame material. Dyson Sphere component, frame material. Let's see, what else? So what we need to do is we need to take a look at... So we've got mining planned selected. Yeah. All right, so this, we can actually tell just from selecting stars, like, what is being mined and what isn't, which is great. So... I think in... Well, I need to see planetary system reserves. Where did we get our... It was from a blue star nearby. Was it here? No, that's Gakrux. So it was from a blue star nearby. It wasn't Matar. Was it Sodalmalik? That was where we got the optical grading crystal, and we definitely do have optical grading crystal flowing from there. But I know I set up additional imports of spiniform stalagmite as well. And I'm not seeing that. Hang on, if I were to change this. Yeah. Maybe there's more to this screen that I still don't quite know about as far as, like, being able to see what's being, you know, made available and where. Let's go ahead and view Gakrux. No, I wanted the planetary view. There we go. So we just need to find one other planet somewhere. Denabello Cab actually has a decent amount of optical grading crystal. Not as much as the Crystal Desert planet, but a decent amount nonetheless. All right, I just want to find some spiniform stalagmite. It could be that we need to find another ocean planet, which is fine. We don't need to set up another another entire refinery apparatus. Aha! Totson. Found it. So we're going to go ahead and set a course for there. But now that I've got that course laid in, I'm also going to go ahead and stop this episode right here. In the next one, I'm going to go get an export apparatus set up there to just churn out spiniform stalagmite crystal and send it to Gacrix, which will help everything continue to get even more efficient there. Before we wrap up, let's go ahead and double check one more time, because I'll bet you this thing is almost done. Yup. Look at this. Look at this. 14.1 gigawatts. We can build multiple new sections of the frame. And of course, it's going to take a while for these to complete. That's the thing. It's going to be a minute. Because, I mean, you see how far along the ones are that I've already ordered. All those have to be filled in with sales. Thankfully, we're producing about as many sales as we possibly can to support this. All right, so that's pretty damn good. I think very soon after the beginning of the next episode, I'll be able to add more. But I'm going to stop this one here, and we are going to continue with this new course that we've just laid in the very next episode. The star is literally right above our heads. Right above our heads. This game is beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.